Would I buy Binance coin in the bear market? It's interesting with Binance. It's the number three non-stable coin crypto in the world, and yet it seems to me like nobody talks about their cryptocurrency. Now, there's some interesting things going on with Binance, but it's worth a deep dive. And I will say this: I do have a bit of a soft spot for Binance because aside from Dogecoin, this is ridiculous. I mean, aside from Dogecoin got me the biggest returns on any cryptocurrency I invested in the previous cycle. Binance was number two. I bought in around $25 and it went up to $7.50. And it was one of those things that I noted about it. You need Binance in many ways. Like if you have Trust Wallet and you want to buy other cryptocurrencies on Trust Wallet, you need Binance to gain access to those cryptocurrencies. And so what I noticed is that, I had no problem still buying Binance at $500 a coin because I wanted access to some of these other cryptocurrencies. So I had to buy Binance. And I love cryptocurrencies like that. I love cryptocurrencies where you have to buy that cryptocurrency in order to buy other cryptocurrencies. So Binance, I think, is a little underrated. And let me tell you this as well. Binance is a behemoth. All right, so let's go through this. Let's dive on into this. And I want to ask the questions that I've been asking for every cryptocurrency so far. And then I want to share with you why I do have a great deal of confidence in Binance, that Binance is going to be just fine. And personally, I believe that Binance coin will never die in our lifetimes, at least. I believe that this is a cryptocurrency that is going to exist for as long as most of us are alive, if any of us. So let's ask the questions that we have been asking. Wait for a second for this to load. First major category, this is such a key category, is timing. Question one, was this cryptocurrency created before or after April 14th, 2021? Binance was created before. If before, will the next cycle be the second, third, or fourth cycle for this cryptocurrency? Now, this is where it gets tricky because I'm tempted to treat the previous cycle as Binance's first cycle, even though it was its second. And so let me just ask this third question, and then we'll see. If third or fourth, did the cryptocurrency put in a higher high and a higher low each progressive cycle? If yes, my answer is likely yes. If no, my answer is likely no. So let's do some analysis from both of those perspectives. And let me show you what I'm talking about here when I'm saying that, we could treat this as the 2021, the 2020 halving, and then everything that happened after that as being the first real cycle for Binance. So Binance was created in 2017, July of 2017. So it was just the brand new baby cryptocurrency. Didn't really do much during alt season. Got up to $22 and probably like $25. Started out at around $1. So I mean that is actually a lot, but I mean alt season back then was insane. And unfortunately, we didn't have anything really quite like alt season. And that's because the stars aligned. The DXY bottomed out right at the peak of alt season. So it was a perfect storm. But here's an interesting thing that happened with Binance. After it went up to $25, it didn't really suffer all that much. I mean, I saw 11, 12, and then it hit a new all-time high in 2019, which is why I'm tempted to think of this more as like the next cycle will be Binance's second cycle, because it didn't really have a bear market. It just had a flatline type period to where it hung around. It would kind of function like a stable coin. Because I mean, when I bought in, it was around $25, and it peaked at $25 and then went down to 11, but then hung around just, give or take $10, $15. It was hanging around $20 that whole time. And then, man, it shot off like a rocket. And that was some very exciting times. And so as I'm processing this, I want to think of this as a second cycle, that the next cycle will be a second cycle type of cryptocurrency. So let's go back to the slideshow here. I'm not going to share it. Give me 1 second. Don't want to do that. Slideshow. Here we go. So let's ask some more questions. Here we go. If the upcoming cycle is going to be this crypto's second cycle, then we need to examine some other factors, which leads us to our second major category. Tokenomics. Binance is tokenomics. Now, Binance isn't the cleanest when it comes to their cryptocurrencies. I'm not going to get into that, but their tokenomics are pretty phenomenal. I'll get to that in a second. Next question, how far has this cryptocurrency dropped from its peak? For Binance, it hasn't been as bad as a lot of other cryptocurrencies. It's been about 75%, which for me, that is acceptable. I wouldn't want to buy Binance if it went down like 40% from its previous cycle top, but 75%, I'm more interested in buying it. And I have some examples there. And then what are the fundamentals? Does it have a real blockchain application or a real life application? Will this cryptocurrency exist forever? In my personal opinion, Binance is one of those that will. And so back to these questions here, the tokenomics. Let's take a look at the tokenomics for Binance. And here we go. Binance had an initial supply of 200 million coins, and that was it. That was their total supply, their max supply ever. And then every quarter, based on the number of transactions that they have, they burn a part of their supply. This is fantastic to me. It's deflationary. And so you can see here, quarter 3 of 2020, they burned 3.5 million. Quarter 4 of 2020, they burned 2.25 million. Et cetera, et cetera. In 2021, quarter 3, they burn, each quarter they're burning about 1 million, and they're going to do that until they go down to about 100 million tokens. So personally, for me, that sounds great. So their tokenomics that's something that I'm very much interested in. But the other thing that I'll say, as far as the fundamentals are concerned, this is where the big reason why I think Binance is going to exist for a long time is take a look. Here's a chart with featuring the biggest crypto exchanges in the world. And you can see Binance is far beyond any of these other exchanges. And I think that's always going to be the case. I don't think any of these other exchanges are ever going to come close to surpassing Binance. Now, if you live in the United States like me, it's like I don't even use Binance. I use Trust Wallet, which gives me features, gives me opportunities to buy a lot of cryptos that are available on Binance, but I don't use Binance. But in Asia, Binance is huge. It is a behemoth. And not only do they have the biggest exchange in the world, but they have their hands in an ever increasing pool of resources, of platforms, of things like that. I don't know if you know this, but Binance owns coinmarketcap.com, which is, a lot of people's go-to place for overviews on cryptocurrencies, for seeing where the top, whatever, cryptocurrencies are. A lot of people base what they believe to be the CoinMarketCap ranking as the true ranking of each cryptocurrency, aside from people who love Hex. That's another comment for another video. So anyway, seeing that Binance is down to $220, maybe got down even below $200 from a peak of $750, that makes me interested in buying it, especially considering the fact, I do believe that BNB will put in a higher high next cycle, and that its lowest low of this cycle will be higher than the low of the previous cycle. So for me personally, would I buy Binance in the bear market? I give it a score of 9.5. Bitcoin's going to be my only 10, and I gave Ethereum a score of 9.5. So these top cryptos, it's pretty simple for me. For a lot of them, the answer is going to be yes. But as we go further down the list, we're going to see a lot more no's. And so you just got to wait and see for the no's. But Binance, for sure, is a strong yes. And I even still own some Binance, and I'm staking it. And I'm perfectly fine staking it until the next cycle, at least. So, that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this content. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you haven't, and leave a comment in the comment section. Otherwise, I will see you in another video. Peace.